Taking this old beast off for a run. I rebuilt the motor 2 winters ago. Put another crank and another rod in it last winter so it would actually hold together. So I just finally put a deck under it here. It's running pretty good. It's like a bit of a valve tap. Oh well, it's the first time I've run it in the heat so far. So I cleaned the carb again here on the 900. Guys probably won't be able to tell, it's a little dark in this building, but cleaned the carb again, and I'm running a racing fuel cell here, and it's actually sounding pretty good. I just took one of the jets out and cleaned it. It's by no means perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. So, and it goes along into something like that. Nice thing is right now is at least it'll start back up usually. So at least I've got it running, at least the way it was. To me it seems like it's got a mist to it, which I can go through and see if I can figure that out here. Headlights even still work. Just the little things in life, guys. Little things in life. So, that's awesome. Oops. I bumped the choke when I put the air cleaner hose back on. Sounding decent. Yeah. If I get this thing to run reliably, I would definitely try and score a 72-inch deck for it and put the 3-point on the back. And look for the rear PTO. All it takes is just a little bit of hope some days, boys. Of course, when I get the camera out. I haven't had this thing out in about a year, I bet. Awesome. We'll tempt fate and go down the bottom of the yard and see what happens. What's the worst thing that happens? I gotta drag it up out of the bottom? Not scared. I am scared my fuel tank is gonna fall though. That scares me. Alright, let me deal with it. think we was out of gas. We run out of gas. Darn. Well, sometimes when you want to run the 80s stuff, you need the 70s stuff to help it along. Back to the barn we go. Fuel tank outlet isn't working. The old 450's big cam and an idle here. This is actually neither tractor I wanted to get out. I wanted to get out the NB powered 430 is what I'm after. It's sitting over there running. I'm gonna get this 12G to run good yet. I don't know if I'll go as far as if it kills me, but I will get it to run good. Come on, follow the leader. There you go. 450, you need to go left. Come on. Work with me here, Goose. There you go. They both got low tires, so neither one of them wants to go straight. This one wants to go the opposite way as the other one. Just gotta get it over here close so I can get at it with my air hose and the blower and blow the fuel lines out and see what that does. So I went to start it, I got no fuel to the carburetor. You see the fuel lines off, right? Oh well, just another day in paradise. I gotta probably be good 450. Beautiful. 450, out. Here the NB. There's something that hasn't seen the light of day in I bet you 2 years ever since I took the motor deck off of it. The Onan NB powered 430. I think it's running pretty decent. I'm happy just to get it out. When you giggle and go after some hard work, it does run. I'm gonna go try and mow with this thing some more because it died on me the last time I used it. And it may have been why, because I wasn't getting any fuel from the fuel tank. You'll have that, I guess. And this thing here is leaking oil out of the fuel pump. So that's no good. I actually have 2 more of these motors, so I think you guys can see it. It's not a real terrible leak, but it's leaking enough. I don't run this a whole lot, so anyhow, let me go and mow some grass. I might put this over by the tank garage because it's hard to start most of the time. You never know. You guys want to go for a ride on it? Alright. So the only issues I remember with this thing is if you run it for a while, the intake valve sticks, or one of the valves. Apparently the steering jumps in it, and it's got an oil leak. And the brakes have a rough spot to them. This tractor I haven't ran, and I bet you every bit of 1.5 to 2 years. Every bit. I swiped the deck off of this, and was gonna put it under the parts and pieces build. But that deck turned out to have bad spindles too. So, dude, this brake is sweet. So anyhow, I finally have the bearings to rebuild the deck that goes underneath this. So that may or may not happen here at some point, but with the intake valve sticking on this thing, it is a pain in the butt to mow 20 feet, or 50 feet, or 100 feet, and then have it shut off and have to wait for a while. And it's so hard to start, even when it's not doing that. So it's one of them tractors you want to try and keep running all day, but you can't. So I think I'm just going to let it sit here and idle for a while. It's got about 1 inch or 2 of gas in it. Not a bad idea to let it warm up and everything. So and while I'm doing that, go run the 12G, but. Alright, got the battery charging up on the 424 to get it out here. I see Fluffy has visited us. I know I actually got a bunch of mice out of the building with my mouse traps, so hopefully we'll have got that, and I gotta fix the choke cable. Someone hooked up in there, so get that fixed. See if I can get a better battery for in here. Because this is a decent tractor to run. It's got a good battery in it. Without a good battery in it, you can't jump it. Because the hood's solid, so. Alright, fellas. Another one running. Now I can get at the 126 and the 2 decks I want to get out. Indeed. Aww, man. I'm hoping I got enough battery to restart this thing. Don't get too cocky. Taking the 126 out for a little cruise. I just oiled up the clutch and brake linkage, and that actually returns on its own now, so that's kind of nice. Figured it was something like that. Gas tank must be good, and the carb must be good. Still gas in it after sitting since this spring, and I haven't run it. It has battery in it. I just swiped the battery and put in it, so we're going for a little drive. Low and slow. Running great. Battery was charging when I started it. Rear end's got a bit of a howl to it, but we are in third gear, so, you know. Somebody told me this clutch fork would never stay working when I fixed it. Of course, I've never really run this thing much either, so we'll see. Anyhow, off for a nice little joyride here. I guess I've been starting everything with the starter generator. I could fire up the commercial 12 or commercial 10. As you can see, I've been down here working. I won't talk about it. May or may not have two different pieces of machinery hung up momentarily. This motor chugs pretty good.
I had to say it.
Okay, I do remember something about the brakes not working. I forgot all about that. Choke. Okay, I'm gonna shut the choke off. Okay, let's try the second gear. Or I could use the throttle. Are you rotten, son of a... Come on. Carburetor. Oh well. I edit that out now. Taking the 126 off for a stroll here. Oh, I don't think I put a light switch in this for the headlights. Huh, that's what I was looking around for. I kind of forgot all about that. Oh well, it's on my list now. If I leave this thing out somewhere where I can see it, I'll work on it.